one then, and number one now.
You're listening to Heffron and Reep. Heffron and Reep. Rated #1 podcast by the World Podcasting Federation and the Podcast Ranking Association. No, for real. It says it right here.
Hey, everybody. Hey. I forgot to go to the bathroom. This is the Heffron and Reep podcast video thingy, broadcasting wherever you listen. That's what we're doing. I got new glasses. They got fixed. They have these eye drops that's supposed to, you know what? Here, let's do this. If you haven't already, go to heffronandreep.com, get all the dates where me and John Reep are performing. John is traveling every weekend because he gets it done. He's a professional. I am about every other weekend because I'm lazy. Go to heffronandreep.com to figure out where we're performing. And just right now, without ado, let's introduce John Reep to the show, if we could.
Hey, buddy!
There we go. Dude, I'm sweating. My hat's weird, and it's a whole thing. So I'm new to pee? I do, but I'm going to hold it.
Okay.
Because
How bad is it?
I had to leave the stage once to pee. Have you ever had?
No, something about performing makes it go away. Poop and pee.
No, I had to stop the show and run off stage to go pee.
Oh, wow.
Usually, you always do that nervous pee where you think you have to pee right before you go on stage.
Yeah.
Have you ever?
Totally.
Have you ever relieved yourself backstage anywhere where there wasn't a toilet?
Okay, so you probably have done this as well. There is it no longer exists, but the Atlanta Punchline, the old one.
Yeah.
The green room was at the corner of the stage, no bathroom, and you get in there and you'd be trapped because the crowd files in. Then when you open the door, there's the crowd. So it's like, I'm going to walk out here and be a distraction, or am I going to pee? And you just found a Gatorade bottle. And you just pee in the Gatorade bottle. I've done that many times at several places. I've done it at theaters too, like nice theaters. We should do a whole show about all the places we've peed right before a comedy show. Green rooms, theaters, all kinds of stuff.
San Jose Improv was that way because you'd walk backstage, where you'd walk onto the stage, but it was so far away from the bathrooms. Yeah. So there was always where you throw returnables, like glass in there. There was a thing I would always pee in. I remember when I started doing comedy in the 80s, there was this guy, Soupy Sales, super famous, and he had those crafts glasses that you get like Long Island iced teas in.
Yes.
They're called crafts, right? I think.
I don't know.
He'd have those.
Tall, skinny glasses?
Yeah, it looks like a vase kind of. He'd put ice in there, and it'd be all empty, and then he'd pee into the ice that was in those crafts, and they were always in the green room.
Why the ice? I mean, just because that was
to melt it? Yeah, to stop the smell, to melt it.
Oh, that's pretty smart.
Yeah.
Real quick, I have one more pee story, but I want to let everybody know that we can see your comments. We are live right now. This is the Heffron and Reep show. I see your comments from Samantha, Michael, Mark, Shane, Noel Dad 77. Thanks for joining us. Leave comments. We have, hopefully, I think Christopher Titus is going to join us today. And my next gig will be in Tulsa, Oklahoma at the Tulsa Comedy Club, April 22 and 23. Tour dates at heffronandreep.com. My Comedy Central presents, John. I was hanging out with Nick Swartzen. You know him?
Yeah.
And we were at a crowded bar in New York, and we're in a booth, and there's just people everywhere. And he pulled an empty mug off the table, put it down there, peed in it, put it right back on the table. And it's the same color as beer. It looked just like beer. And he just left it there. I go, oh yeah, I was impressed that he could do it sitting down like that in public with all the people around. Just knowing I couldn't have, I sometimes can't pee in a crowded restroom when there's people behind me.
Yeah, it gets stressful. Yeah. I'm always afraid I'm gonna have that little pee mark or it just yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, it's why you don't wear light colored pants,
I saw Harry Connick Jr. perform like 25, 30 years ago, and I had front row seats, and he had a pair of khaki pants, and he came out and a huge pee mark, and just that's all anybody in the front row talked about. was the thing.
Who was that?
Harry Connick Jr.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He's yeah.
Fergie,
come by me, and it's a big, huge pee mark. So now I'm paranoid.
Fergalicious did that once. She peed herself during a concert, I think.
I mean, yeah,
you gotta go. I had to pee so bad this morning. And by the way, I'm not drinking. I quit drinking until May the 5th. I'm doing No Drinko till Cinco de Mayo. So I'm sleeping better. But then randomly today, this morning, I had to get up. I'm talking, when I say this morning, I mean starting around 5 a.m., get up, pee, get back in bed too early. 2 hours later, I do 3 pees in the morning, which is not normal. I think it's because I had some caffeine last night, but yeah. Are you taking this journey with me? No Drinko de Cinco?
I'm going to start today. How about that?
Really?
Yeah. So I'm a little behind. What am I? A week behind you? But yeah, why not? Let's do it.
Yeah, why not? Well, it doesn't say you have to start. It's just you can start on the 4th and say, I'm not drinking till the 5th. It's no Drinko till Cinco, not sober October. So you can start anytime.
Nice. Yeah. Where were you this weekend?
Oh, man.
And hold on though. Titus is coming on the show, and it's going to be, I said 8:00 Eastern time.
Oh yeah.
5. So the last time I messed up and Titus came on our show right as we were leaving, and it's the only time John was like, we have to go, there's a basketball game, we have to be done. So then we felt bad because then we had to go, listen, we're done, we can't. You ever do that with when you do radio where you go there and they're like, you know what, we're a couple breaks behind, we can't get to you? I've had that happen to me.
Oh gosh, man cow. You know man cow?
Oh God. Yeah. Yeah. That's you used to turn the
man cow to people who don't know who man cow is. Where is he? Is Chicago?
I don't even know. I don't even know if he does radio anymore. Yeah.
He's Chicago.
Yeah.
Was asked if I wanted to go in man cow to promote my shows at Zany's somewhere in Chicago. I said, of course, yeah. And I get there. This guy's so manic. He thinks he's Howard Stern, right? He leans into the shock jock world, but his show is produced heavily. There's lots of moving bits coming in and out. And he's always going coming up next, our comedian. I don't know the guy. Anyway, he's at the thing. Reep, John, something. Yeah, we'll get to him in a minute. I sat there 4 hours and was never brought on.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
And I said, I'm never doing that again.
Yeah, he did. I was on and he asked a question and it took me a second just to think, and he just potted me down. He just turned off my mic and he goes like that. I didn't answer quick enough. So.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. He makes me nervous.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yes, that has happened to me. You were asking about radio and.
So, okay.
Yeah. Where was I? I'll tell you where I was. Mm-hmm. I did a corporate gig. I did a fundraiser for the United Way in Vienna, West Virginia. Shout out to the people who were there. I did talk about my podcast. This is one of them. This is Heffron and Reep. That's John Heffron right there. Great guy. You should get him next year. Next year, get this guy. That crowd would love him.
Yeah.
I sent them your info, by the way. I said, next year you need to get this guy. So anyway, it was great. I drove up there, 5-hour drive. Got there the night before. Stayed in a really cool old antique looking, thrift shop looking hotel. It's been around forever, but it's not dirty old. It's just old and polished and well kept, like an old Irish or Scottish looking. I picked a horrible time not to drink. Because I looked at the bar and thought that's got a lot of good whiskey over there. My room was awesome. Anyway, so I got there early. did some work in the hotel room. The gig was that night. So in the rider, in our little contract, it said meet in the lobby at 6:30. And it wasn't just me. There was another comedian on the bill. And it said meet in the lobby at 6:30. We'll pick you up, take you to the gig. I get to the lobby. I see a guy. I go, hey. He looked at me. He goes, John Reep. I go, hey. I said, you must be the ride. He goes, yeah. I said, okay, well, I'm ready to go whenever. He goes, oh, we got to pick up the other comedian. And when I heard the other comedian, the gears started moving around my head like, here we go. I know what this means. This means I'm going to be waiting for another human being. Is it just me and you that are on time? Like, I like to ask Titus this question too. What is it with making another comedian wait?
Yeah, we could save that for because
on purpose.
He's probably done, back in the day, those Just for Laughs tours all through Canada where you have 6 or 7 comics performing every night and nobody really knows each other or you're familiar. And man, some of the fights that have happened on those oh my gosh. I know a comic, and I'll leave him nameless, but you know how you get in a van, you know, the cargo vans, and there's a seat that's right there, right? So if 5 people are getting into a van, to kind of, where do you think, if you're the first person to get in the van, where do you think you sit?
Okay.
Yeah. So the guy opens the door and you jump in.
Only because I've had experience in this, what I will do is get that seat right there and go straight to the window. I don't want to go to the back. I used to be the nice guy and go straight to the back. Sometimes I'll do it, depends on my mood. But also, because I don't mind talking to the driver, I will actually talk to the driver, go, anybody sitting shotgun?
Right.
I can sit up here. I can be close to the air condition. I like that. It's hot in the back, so I try not to go in the back, but I have. Is that what your point was?
No, he would sit in the very first captain's chair right when the door gets open, be the first one in and sit there. So everybody else would have to then step over him to get in the thing. And another comic said, hey, can you not do that? If that's going to always be your seat, you have to be the last one in. And it turned into, you don't tell me what to do. It turned into a thing. It turned into a thing.
Now I'm dying to know who it was.
Yeah,
do I know these people?
Yeah. Yeah.
Shit.
Pretty famous guys. Yeah.
Oh, damn. I want to know so bad.
Oh, you got.
What was the tour? Tell me the tour. Were you
Just
on
for
it?
Laughs.
Or just a story you heard? Oh, Just for Laughs.
Mm-hmm. All through Canada. You started in like St. John or St. John's and go all the way, end up in Vancouver.
Well, I'm not going to ask you who it was, but I did the same tour. I did the road tour, Just for Laughs, all over Canada. And I just went, I was the first one to the van. I went straight to the back and I told everybody, like, I didn't get much sleep last night. We got 3 hours on the road. I'm going to lay down. I'm going to take a nap. But you guys hang out. Don't get mad at me.
Right.
And I just slept. But
right. So we'll save that conversation for when Titus gets. So I have to ask a thing. So my stepdaughter is graduating from college, and I don't know what's being dorky or not. Right.
Okay.
So we asked her what she wanted or something, and she goes, just something meaningful. Just, she asked her mom, just write me a letter or something. I don't need gifts or whatever. You guys do some things for me. I don't need it. So I had this idea to do a parody song. Now, keep in mind, she's 20 something. So parody songs might be completely dumb. So, right. Like as a gift, but I think it's kind of funny and personal if you have a parody song and then me and Michelle like lip sync it. Is that too stepdaddy?
Are you going to perform this? Are you the one singing it and recording a video or just audio?
I have to get somebody to sing it because I am not.
Well, dude, this is a service now. Have you heard of this? And it sounds like something you would have invented, by the way. But it's real thing now. So you know how TikTok is like people can request. Not TikTok. Cameo. Mm-hmm. It's like book you to be funny for 10 seconds and throw
Right.
their name in there. Well, now there's a service like that for musicians. And it's like, I can craft a love song for you. Just give me some bullet points, email it to me, and they write you your own personal love song or whatever it is. And I feel like you could hire the same guys to do your parody.
Yeah, I hired one, and the guy, I don't know what country the guy is from, but I couldn't understand anything that he was saying. Wow. But the song, though, I can read you the lyrics. First, do you know John Mayer's song "Last Train Home"?
Maybe if I heard it. I like John Mayer. I'm familiar with some of the songs.
All right, so Alan, did you get the video I sent Alan of me singing karaoke with her? No,
it did not. Sorry,
it did not go through. All
but
right,
John, I am familiar with that song. Now that you mention it, "The Last Train Home," right? Something like that.
Yeah. So I wish we had a real version of it. I'm sending it to right. So
what's it? But give me the gist of what it's about. I mean, is it about like he loves this girl so much he doesn't want to leave, so he's going to take the last train home? Or I don't know.
Yeah. So here's the. Hold on, I'm gonna play it. Ready? Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
This is okay. Familiar with this one?
Yes, I have heard it.
So his whole thing is, I'm taking the last train home, right? See how good singer I am? So I wrote the lyrics. You're taking that diploma home.
Mm-hmm.
So ready for this? I'll do the first verse, and or we could do here.
Pull up the karaoke music or something.
Pull up Alan, do you have it? Okay. Oh my God. Okay.
Here we go.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Could that be louder? Yeah. Oh yeah, I already decided I'm not doing this for 75 degrees outside. Changed a little bit later to 84 right now. 7:48, 40 minutes. Okay. Look at you rolling. Look at you rolling down the road.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Path you have planned out. You can't comprehend how far you go.
Sing it, John.
Ready?
Yeah.
You are a perfect angel. Never fell behind. You had the stuff, now you've got the time. Make something out of nothing. Hit the goal. You're taking that diploma. Taking that diploma home.
Okay. All right. Taking the diploma home.
Okay, so she has a degree in civil engineering.
Now, engineering, train.
Dude, that's in here.
Is that why you did
put
it?
the next verse. Ready?
Okay.
Civil engineering keeps the places near me nice and new. See, everything's working. No one can come near the things you do. This future that you're building can't go wrong. You bridge the gap so we come along.
Okay.
Each project is uplifting, so let it go. Taking that diploma. Taking that diploma home. Ready? Put up a dam, stop flooding. Make sure our streets aren't bumpy. You're such a wonder of infrastructure. You keep a railways running. Say where our pipes are flushing. Such a wonder of infrastructure.
Okay. All right, hang on. I have questions.
Okay.
Now, I have questions, John.
Okay.
Is she already a fan of this song and John Mayer?
Yes, because what I was trying to send, which I did, we sang this song at our wedding. Like, hold on.
You married your stepdaughter?
Not at our wedding. She sang, see, wait, Ellen.
I know. So you. Okay,
See?
so you guys.
We sang, we were singing karaoke.
Yeah.
After, yeah.
Why did y'all sing that song?
That was she's a fan of John Mayer. And she introduced us to that. He's got the soft pop album or something like that. And we listened to it. It somehow became our everybody meeting each other for the first time song.
Right. So that makes it a good gift because it already has meaning to something attached to it from a previous thing. Mm-hmm. Also, you're not singing it. You could get someone else to do it, right?
Yeah. I hired somebody, but you can't understand them.
Well, let's put it out to our people. Hey, if you're a good singer out there,
and you sound like John Mayer,
you can sound like John Mayer. Email John Heffron, get at John Heffron on Twitter or whatever, and then ask him to send you the lyrics that he wrote, and then you make a video, and maybe John will use your video as a gift. And you can say, John, this is from one of my, I don't know what her name is.
Here's the guy who I paid. Ready?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. It's a good song. Intro, though. To talk up.
Yeah, it is. A lot of head on this.
Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go.
Look at you rolling. Look at you rolling down that road.
I don't know what he's saying.
Road.
The path that you have planned out, we can comprehend how far you go.
Right?
Yeah.
See?
You're a perfect angel, never fell behind. You've had the stuff, now you got the time.
It's not too bad.
After every sentence, he goes,
he's very breathy.
You're taking that diploma. You're taking that diploma home.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, John, how would you go to?
I take it, Oklahoma. Yeah, he's got a weird breathiness to him. So listen, can you do better? If you can do better, get it, John. I think it's a good gift. Now, once someone records the song that you want, was your intention to shoot a video of you lip syncing it like it's you singing?
Yeah. So I'm trying to get the song done, and then I was just going to do a lyric video, right? But then I told her mom we should get everybody in the family to lip sync.
Oh, that'd be good.
That thing, and just edit like 5 or 6 people all together.
I think that's a great gift. Great gift if you can find the singer. The fact that you took the time to write it. Girls love it when you do thoughtful stuff and not just money.
I did. You try writing a song about infrastructure. I can't even say it.
Right. So civil engineering, though, I don't think it has anything to do with trains specifically. You know what I mean?
Civil engineering keeps the places near me nice and new.
Real quick. We got maybe 5 minutes before Titus possibly joins us.
Yeah.
But last week we were talking about promo codes. You know what I'm saying? Like we had our own promo codes we were going to do. And a lot of people did leave comments about the businesses that they would want us to promote, but we're still working on that. We don't have the infrastructure. We need an engineer to come up with how are we going to work on this? Yeah. So do you still like this idea, John? Do you still want to try and do a promo? What we call it? The promo codes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll do that starting because we have a guest this week, but we'll do that starting. Yeah. Next
promo
week.
Codes.
We'll grab somebody who has a business. And we'll get some codes and we'll talk to them about their business. And then maybe
John, I got a promo code I could tell you about right now. Do you like hemp?
Like hemp.
What about Delta 8, Delta 9 gummies?
just had some of those. Those are a thing.
So I want you to use this promo code. If you go to Alpine's Hemp Company or just alpineshemp.com, you get 20% off all their products if you type in John Reep. So I didn't tell Alan Jackson I was going to do this, so I don't think he has anything pulled up. But alpineshempco.com, promo code John Reep, 20% off all their stuff. It's Delta 8, Delta 9, gummies, chocolates, resin, tinctures. There it is. Topicals. It's great flavor, great taste, great effect. Delta 8 means you sleep great. Delta 9 means party time. Treat yourself to the best. Buy Alpine's Hemp. There it is.
Promo code John Reep.
Yeah. I've been eating their Delta 8s recently, and I love it. When I'm not drinking especially, I just take a little bit of I just do a third of a bite. I don't even do half. They're pretty strong. It's good stuff. Alpineshemp.com. That's it. Promo code John Reep. Everyone do it. I know a lot of you people watching this do hemp. Help us out. If you help my sponsor out, you help me out. So that's the first promo code you could do. Are you anywhere this weekend, John?
I am not. Next weekend, I am at Columbus at the Funny Bone. And then after that, I'm in Phoenix. And then I'm doing a bunch of Michigan stuff, like all over the state. New clubs opening in Detroit. I'm actually performing there in June. I have my In Bed by 10 shows I'm doing in Ann Arbor. Then I whip up to Traverse City. Then I do some Grand Rapids stuff. It's a whole thing. Comedy's a thing when I'm not making cutting boards.
Yeah. So Tony Rock has defended his brother. If we want to get back to the slap, tonight is the CMT Awards. That's happening right now as we speak. And I'm making my intern Isaiah watch it, and he's going to give us a full report on it tomorrow on Country-ish. But I'm hoping that something happens at the CMT Awards. It won't, like it did the Oscars, but it gives us stuff to talk about. I'm excited. We'll see what happens. Eric Church, I don't know if he's supposed to be there, but he should make it. There's no game on for him to pull out. So hopefully he'll make it.
What? So where do we leave off on your mayor? You're done. You're not.
I am not John Mayer.
Oh, you're not John
Mayer. This year. Not this year. I will maybe 4 years from now. I don't live inside of the city limits, as it turns out. So I'm not. My name will not be on the ballot. It's done. But what I am going to do is reach out to the other people running for mayor. So you've got the incumbent Hank Guess. I'm going to reach out to him last. I'm going to start with the two other people, Alan Hoover and Quintavious Hill, the two other people running for mayor of Hickory.
Wait, one of the guys' name is Quintavious Hill? That's maybe I kind of would vote for him just because of that name.
Yeah. Okay.
Mayor.
Well, I'm going to talk to him eventually. And you have any questions you want me to ask Quintavious about
how
his run?
It probably sucked because you know how you get those personalized keychains when you go to Disneyland or stuff like that. He's probably never just been in a store and just saw like a mug with his name on it, and I don't think that's fair.
That's true. I'll ask him about that. How frustrating is it?
A fake license plate.
Yeah, you can't get generic stuff. You can't go to that section and pick out a Quintavious. And if they did, they'd probably spell it different.
Or like Starbucks. Like how do they, how do they do that?
These are good questions, John.
Yeah, I mean, it's a super cool name. It almost sounds like Quintavious would be not a bad guy on the Matrix, but it would be a thing. Like I don't know.
It does sound very science fiction.
Cool.
Are you watching anything good?
I just started Ozarks.
Started it?
Yeah.
From the beginning?
Yeah, never seen one episode until 2 days ago. And just
are you all in?
Season 1, episode 1.
Dude,
yeah.
Jason Bateman, in my opinion, might be the best actor of our generation.
Yeah, what is he? I mean,
he can do anything.
he's so good.
And,
Like
and
he's
it's
hilarious.
unbelievable.
If you saw like the Bosses movie or whatever, he's super funny.
Oh, Game Night. Have you seen Game Night?
Yeah.
That movie's so underrated. That's one of the funniest movies I've seen. Game Night.
Yeah.
He's great in anything he does. I mean, he can be serious.
Yeah.
He can be hilarious. And it's all believable. And he keeps it within his Jason Bateman self. But it all works.
Yeah. Did you see? Have you watched the whole thing?
I watched first 2 or 3 seasons, and then it just, I don't know why I stopped. I did. It was, I don't want to ruin anything for you, but as all things do, it gets crazier and crazier.
Right.
And then for me, it got to a point where I'm like, okay, well, that's still, I mean, it just, there's other things that came on that I wanted to watch. Have you seen Bad Vegan on Netflix?
Yeah. I watched that while I was getting my haircut randomly in Florida, and it was on in the waiting room, so I watched it.
It's a series, though. You couldn't have had a 16-hour long haircut.
I had a 16-hour long haircut. No, it wasn't. It was a documentary, I believe.
Yeah, but it's a
It's
docuseries. It's a docuseries. There's like 8 episodes.
Is it really? No, I watched the whole thing, like where she runs and she's got her boyfriend and they steal money, and then she was kind of like,
it's a series. I know this because I just was watching it the other night. Yeah. So okay,
I do not know that.
it's great.
know.
I don't know. Maybe you just saw one episode and thought that was the whole thing. Maybe you saw the last episode and thought that was the whole thing.
Hey, you know what? Plug something. I'm going to reboot here because I'm starting to go robot-y.
What does that mean? Oh, I see. You're breaking.
I'm just gonna hit a button to refresh it. I'm gonna leave and come right back.
Okay, buddy. Well, go ahead. I got you. Hi, everybody. It's John Reep here. I'm the last part of Heffron and Reep. Thanks for joining us. We like to talk about the 80s a lot, although we haven't really done it too much this show. We're really all over the map. We're sort of scatterbrained. We're like John's brain. We're all over the place. But we go live every Monday night at 7:30. We try to keep it at an hour. Sometimes we have a guest, sometimes we don't. I'll just go to the comment section. Toby Dungan says, sorry I'm late. What did I miss, guys? Well, we were talking about, just working with other comedians and having to wait a long time. Wow, that was very quick.
Yeah, I don't even know if it helps. It's the equivalent of just unplug something and then plug it back in, which I've never
Titus
waited.
popped in and said he can't make it.
What?
While you were gone, Titus popped in here and said, well, if John's not here.
Oh, and he
there's
left?
No point. Yeah, he left.
I'm so paranoid. I'm just looking at my phone. Going, that probably could have happened.
That's a JK. I did some trolling on Facebook.
Yeah. Who'd you
want to talk
troll?
about some trolls we did?
Yeah.
I mean, nothing crazy. It wasn't even really a troll. I just like leaving comments as a verified page because I know a lot of people will see it and maybe I'll steal some follows, you know?
Right.
Farrah Abrams, you know who that is?
Nope.
She was the teen mom.
Yeah.
And then she went on to do porn. But that's how she got famous, was this being a teen mom. And then she did porn, and then now she's in rehab or something.
I was going to say she's probably elected governor or Senate.
No, but she just came out of rehab. You know, where you got to do a lot of you got to do some self-examination.
Right.
And so she was like, after doing all of that, I've discovered I'm hilarious, and now I want to be a comedian.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And so under that comment, it was on TMZ. They were interviewing her about it, and she said it, and that was on their page. So I left under that comment. I said, I hope she does, and I hope Will Smith is in the front row. So that got a lot of comments. A lot of people liked my comment.
Is she like? Why is comedy the default setting for people who have something happen and then they want to do stand up? Remember Bobbitt?
Yeah,
stand up.
Screech.
Rest in peace. Who else? Everybody decides.
John Wayne Bobbitt. Yeah, there's a lot of people.
Stormy Daniels.
Oh yeah, porn people, wrestlers. A lot of porn
I mean,
people.
Nick Foley's good. Like his stuff.
Yeah.
I've seen his show.
Yeah.
But it's a weird. And her, like, who would care? Like her audience are now adults and no longer care about that show, right? Because MTV is for kids.
Yeah.
Same with Comedy Central. Like
Right.
people always say, Comedy Central is, stand up. It's literally geared for, I believe it's 13-year-old boys to like 17 is what Comedy Central's for, not
Exactly.
adults.
I can't tell you the last time I watched anything on Comedy
So,
Central.
but there's no way she would draw, like, who would go see her? Except for guys that maybe were into her adult videos.
Yeah. I agree.
She wouldn't fill a room. Like, that's not even.
She would have to do her own event, be like, I rented a space and, maybe I'll take my shirt off. I don't know. I don't like it. But it's one of those deals where someone gets famous and now they got to do something on the road and they don't know what it is they do. They can't sing. So they just go comedy. So it's like some people don't have respect for the art form, and that pisses me off because it ain't just getting up there and winging it every time. And you see a lot of these TikTok stars try and do it, and they get up there and they'll sell out a room, and then people leave going like, "What the hell is that?"
Right. Titus was trying to find the link, so I just sent it. So we should ask him about that. Yeah, it gets me mad just or have them like have to host the show or feature or something like that. They don't get to automatically headline.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I do feel like it's one of those gigs where people go, well, I don't know what I do, so I'll just call it comedy.
Yeah.
But yeah. Dude, do I look buff to you, bro?
Dude, are you doing yoga? Is that all from DDP?
I started it again. Well, it's no drinking and it's working out. And I'm going to start doing more stuff with my brother who's ripped. My brother does CrossFit. Like he gets up, works out, comes home, works out. He works out twice a day. And he built like a little gym in his office. And so we're going to start doing stuff over there as well. And,
I do my old man exercise now. I get on the treadmill. I set it at 3% incline and I walk.
Yeah.
I have like 80s music that I play, or it's new 80s music genre that sounds like 80s music. And I just walk just like I'm in Grand Theft Auto. And that's it.
Do you do that at your house? Do you have a treadmill at your house?
I go to the gym. No, I keep thinking I want to buy a treadmill, but I don't want to be that guy. Because I know I'll get a treadmill and it'll be a place for my luggage.
You need to get out. That's how you trick yourself. You go like, all right, this is what I do. I make a bargain with myself. I go like, I don't want to go to the gym. So what I'll do is, well, you have a membership. This is the conversation I have in my brain. Well, John, you already have a membership. Boy, you're just wasting money. Just go there and walk. So I trick myself. I go, all right, I agree with you, John Reep. I will go and I will just walk and I'll play on my phone. And that's all I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And then about 10 minutes into walking, I go like, I could speed it up a little bit. I could do an incline. Before you know it, it's like, okay, I could get on this. So I trick myself. And then before you know it, you're there and you're doing stuff. But yeah. Dude, okay, another one. Bruno Mars and this other guy on the Grammys did a song called Let's Go. And it's so good.
Right.
I could see clubs. You know how like clubs used to play, oh, we got private chat. Oh, let's do it. Special
Bring it
guest.
on, hit the buttons.
Special guest. Yeah, baby.
Everybody,
Holy
please welcome to the
crap.
podcast, Mr. Christopher Titus.
Holy God.
Oh,
You know,
dude, I'm exhausted.
everybody, me too, dude. Everybody's got like another app, it's StreamYard or Splurtle or some crazy shit that I don't have an account to. I can't get it hooked up on my computer. So it's all my fault. Hi, guys. I'm here on time, or to some degree.
It's all good. Thank you. We love having you. I'm a big fan. I just got an offer from OnlyFans. No joke. they actually reached out to me and was asking me if I wanted to join OnlyFans. So
what is OnlyFans? I don't even know what that is.
Oh, okay.
What is it?
you don't know what that is?
I don't know. No, I write comedy and avoid everybody. That's my job. That's pretty much what I do.
Yeah. Apparently,
the only time I see people is when I'm on stage looking at them. I rarely run into anybody.
You know, we were talking about this right when we came on, just because I forgot to pee before the podcast, and then we somehow were high level conversation where we're talking about peeing right before you go on stage. Yeah. And I told Reep that I had to leave the stage out of 30 some years. One time I had to go. Bring the MC back up. I have to go. It was, I still have you. And then we're talking about what comedy clubs have gotten peed in the green room the most.
Oh God.
Like, like Punchline. Cause Reep brought up Punchline, the old Punchline in Atlanta where you couldn't, fight your way through, right. San Jose Improv.
Yeah. There was a club in Boise, man. And they had the bathroom. Everybody used the same bathroom. It was one bathroom. It was for the audience and the comic. And there were stories. There was a certain guy who was connected to the Comedy Store that literally was so angry about it, he took a dump in the garbage can that was in the green room. Yeah, that's happened before. I have Rachel. Rachel. By the way, Rachel Bradley, who wanted to say hi to both you guys. She used to run the Shreveport Funny Bone and loves both of you guys.
Yes.
And I've heard stories of darkness from both sides of you guys. But she's got to think she's a comic now because she was giving me jokes. We got together. She started giving me jokes. And I'm like, you know what? I'm offended that you're giving me jokes. So why don't you go tell your own damn jokes and leave me alone? And because they were really good. And so, but she actually has to pee like 6 or 7 times before she goes on stage. Like there's been times they've been the MC been introducing her. And I'm like, babe, they're introducing you right now. She's like, I'm peeing. And then she goes on stage.
I've had that happen where you're peeing or the feature act, does, he closes on the same bit and you kind of use that in your head going, okay, he's starting his pizza bit. I have time to pee. And then that's the show where he goes, I tried not to do it or something. You're like, you mother, as you're zipping it up, running on stage. I was telling John, I used to do shows with Soupy Sales, like when I started.
What?
And in the green room, he had those crafts, those, Long Island iced tea, whatever vase type things with ice in it. And he would have them in the green room and he'd pee in those so he wouldn't have to go. And I was like, that's the grossest thing I've ever seen in my life. And now being 52 years old, I'm like, I get it. I get it, Soupy. Like, I apologize for.
That's the weirdest thing. We should never be taught as young comics. We should never teach young comics to do shit like that. So that's a horror show.
Yeah.
Like, that sounds like the caveman days. There's stuff I did though. This stuff. I remember one time standing my ground at a one-nighter for $25. Like the guy was like, "I'll pay you on Tuesday." I'm like, "No, I'm not leaving," because that was it. That was all I had. Yeah. And they're putting chairs up on the tables, and it was this one-nighter producer in Northern California, and he goes, "Hey man, I'm not going to pay you today, so why don't you I'll pay you on Tuesday, or you're not going to work for me again." And I went, "If you're not going to pay me $25, I don't want to work for you ever again." And then I went to the bartender, and the bartender gave me $25, and the guy lost the gig. So I always make friends. You know me, I'm always making friends.
I thought it was genius, John, that Soupy Sales actually used ice though, because that kind of would kill the smell at least. You know what I mean?
Reep is actually figuring out the odor issue. Reep's got the satellite issues worked out. You know what? That's a valid point. Let's work.
Yeah, ice cold piss. It doesn't smell as bad as hot, lukewarm piss.
Yeah, it's weird when you have those moments.
Why do you know that?
Well, we've all been to bars where at the end of the night they throw ice in the urinals. It's because it's like we got to get rid of the ice, so they put it in the men's bathroom and they throw it in there. And I'm like, oh, this is pleasant now. There's something pleasant about pissing on ice.
We've spent way too much time in nightclubs, man.
I remember having like a growing up moment. I remember when I was in college, we had Seinfeld perform at our college, and I picked him up at the airport. I'm 19. I park at a parking structure at Detroit, find his gate. This is where you could actually go to the gate and then get him. And the whole time we're walking, he's like, where's the car? Where's the car? I'm like, well, I parked over I'm in that structure. Then we got to take an elevator. And we're walking. And then we're driving. And, I turned on the radio loud and he kind of turned it off. And then he was kicking. He's like, so you went to McDonald's before you picked me up? Because the wrappers and the cups are just in the passenger seat. And the whole time I was like, Seinfeld is such a dick. Like I watched the show. I'm like, man, this guy's an asshole. Then 25 years later, I'm doing a college kid. I go, where's your car? He's like, I'm parked over in the C lot. And like, are you going to go get it? He's like, no, we're going to walk. And then we walked and I got in his car and I'm kicking his stuff. And I had a moment where I go, oh man, I get it. I apologize for thinking you're a dick for 20 some years. Like at least in that moment.
Yeah. I had one where the guy, and this was right before I did, because sometimes as comics, there's a day you make a decision. You're like, fuck this. This is never happening again. If I lose 20% of my income, I'm going to make sure I live decently in this nightmare we call the road. So I get picked up by this dude. It's literally a red, I want to say Chevette, but it was even worse than that. It was like and there was no passenger seat. He goes, so you have more room. You sit in the back seat. So I'm in the I get in the guy's car. I'm sitting in the fucking back seat with my legs out. And I'm like, it's kind of nice, okay? and the muffler's fucking rattling against the floorboard, like. And that was the day I decided, nope. Guess what'll happen next time? I will be paying for a car or whatever. The other time, you guys remember the old Comedy Zone tours?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Of course we do. Of course we do, because we're the oldest guys of comedy right now. We're the fuckers that made it. We lasted this long.
That's right.
So I was doing the Comedy Zone once, and you remember Brad Greenberg, guy that used to run it, right? Now, Brad was Brad. It was funny because we all came up through a such system that you kind of had to fight if you wanted to get through. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So I get booked at the condo one time. It was in Charlotte, and they send me this condo. And I go in, guys, and we all love condo stories, I know, but and I usually don't tell a whole lot of them. But the tub was gray. It had it was a mottled gray. And I go in, and whoever was there the week before had obviously fucked every diseased hooker because just the smell of hot sex and moisture. And I walked in, and I'm looking around, and supposedly it's already been cleaned. And I call Greenberg and I go, hey man, I go, I can't stay here. And he goes, hey, everybody stays there. You're staying there. I said, I'm not staying here. And he goes, that's what it is, Titus. And I go, listen, if you'll come over and stay, he said, it's fine. I said, okay, then if you come over and stay with me in the condo, I'll stay here. He goes, I'll call you back. 15 minutes later, you're at the Holiday Inn, and I was like, victory!
Oh my God! Do you remember Craig? Oh God, what was his name? Stanford and Sons. You ever play that room?
Yes.
Did you ever?
Yes.
Okay. So this has to do with him. And R.I.P. I mean, he was like a lovable con man. I didn't dislike him, but I knew he was full of shit.
There's a guy in Florida like that too. I didn't dislike him, but I don't trust him. There's a guy on the West Coast too that I've been working for the 16. I know what you're talking about. Keep going.
Yeah.
There's a type.
Yeah. And so like I had to stay, I did a gig, and he's like, all right, well, it was sold out everywhere this weekend. All I could do was get you a Red Roof Inn. I'm like, and I was with my fiance at the time, but now my ex-wife. But I'm like, and she was kind of like, a little uppity. So I'm like, let's go at least look at the Red Roof Inn and see how bad it is. So we check in. We had a small dog with us. We walk in. 3 things happen at the same time. She goes to the bathroom. I go to sit in a recliner, and the dog runs under the bed to do something. As I sit on the recliner, the whole thing just collapses. Like the foam comes out. Right. I fall to the ground. The dog comes running out with a cockroach this big, shaking its head like this. And I hear my fiance go, holy shit, somebody left a turd in the toilet. Like there was a turd floating in the toilet. And I'm on the phone like, I can't stay here, buddy. And so I looked online. I got online and found a fucking hotel, which is why he didn't look for anything. He was just trying to save money.
The funny thing is they always act like we're the assholes. It was funny because like people don't understand, and I hate to bitch about this, but the road is a fucked up place, man. And it's always like, all you guys do is complain. Dude, I got tuberculosis when I stayed in the fucking condo last time. I literally had spores in my lungs from a place in Green Bay. There was a club in Green Bay I worked, and they had a flood. And they told me this too. They go, oh, like 3 weeks ago, the whole place got flooded. But we cleaned it up, and it was green shag carpeting. And you can't clean. They didn't replace it. They just dried it out. and I went in, and like 3 weeks later, I go to the doctor, and he goes, you got spores in your lungs. Where were you? Your lungs have mold. I said, my lungs are moldy. He goes, yeah. So I had to be on like serious antibiotics for like 3 weeks. So people don't get how hard. Like, yeah, we're cute, we're funny, we get to get on stage, we're lovable, but you have no idea what the rest of our fucking day was. I'm sorry to be whining. I love my job. I love it.
No, I know. Trust me. Yeah, I got scabies from a condo once in
from
Comedy Zone.
Ex-wife.
Yeah, from John. Yeah. I just remember like I'm at a show and I'm itching. I'm like, why is there so much? I got like a mosquito bite here, and then it got everywhere, and it was horrible.
John, do you want to bring up what just happened? I mean, I'd love to hear what Christopher would have done in this situation. Didn't you just have an issue with a certain club? Do you even want to bring this up?
Yeah, I won't say the club because we kind of handled it, But I did. It got dealt with. Yeah, listen, we had a guy who talked about a thing, and now the thing's okay.
Why do you not ask me what happened?
Yeah, but I did have a moment, and I will share this because I try to ruffle. I don't rustle feathers or ruffle them. That just. Right. I am the Matchbox 20 of comedy, Chris. I don't. You're indifferent about me. You're not going to hate me. You're not going to love me. But you'll sing along to me without knowing you actually know a bunch of my songs. So anyway, I would tell this part, and this part of the story is, okay. So my dad was in Germany in the army, and his buddies were in Vietnam. My dad went to Germany. His buddies went to Vietnam. They're all coming to see me at this one particular club. One of the gentlemen has some health issues, and all the guys know this could be the last time this group is together. So this guy buys hotel tickets, gets hotels for my dad and these group of guys. Calls the comedy club, buys tickets. Nobody asked me for free anything. They said, hey, they just take care of it because they're men. They just whatever. The guy calls the comedy club and says, hey, I'm in a wheelchair because he goes, is there wheelchair access? And the club goes, well, you can't really. There's one little section. And he goes, that's fine. We're bringing John's dad. Do we get good seats? Like almost not demanding. He said it like, oh, hey, I'm bringing John's dad. We hope we get good seats like that. The person on the other line says, good seats. That's not in John's contract to this guy. So my dad told me that story, and we were bowling or something. I was livid. I'm like, what? I go, who? They told a stranger on the phone they can't get good seats because it's not my contract. And my dad, who also doesn't want to cause a problem, he's like, just don't say anything. Forget it. I don't want there to be a thing. I'm like, there's not going to be a thing, but I'm going to have to talk to those people. So John, I believe I called you, and I'm like, and you're like, because I just signed with a new agency. So Reep said this. I just signed with a new agency. I haven't been at this club in some time. He's like, man, do you want to be a problem? Like out of the gate? I'm like, well, this is different than being a problem. This is something that, the owner probably wants to know just if he has shitty staff, just on that end. I'm not, whatever. So then, of course, a couple nights ago, I have a little toddy, as people call him. And then I look at my Instagram post on Twitter, and I'm like, oh, fuck.
Did you take an Ambien on top of that?
So then I see, Titus goes, hey, I'll deal with it. I'm like, why is he responding? Did I say? And then I looked, and I was dropping F-bombs. I'm like, these fuckos, blah, blah. I was just going. But my Twitter is literally plus minus 4 people, no matter what I do for 15 years. I've purposely tried to pick arguments, and I can't. Nobody cares. Like, I'm the safest. If you don't want to be canceled, tweet under me because nobody cares. Like, I don't know. So So then the club found out, and they're taking care of it. But I wasn't going to say anything. I'm like, you know what? I've done comedy long enough where I have to have a little bit of street cred, or just
sure,
like my manners.
What I think is really cool is your dad was like, "Hey, don't worry about it. We were treated like this in Vietnam too."
Yeah, we're good. But I don't know why I'm so appeasing, because I'm like, listen, I'm there's probably 8 comics that were showing up the weeks before me who wanted brand new Air Jordans, Cristal, hotel rooms for their merch guy, and 7 million things at the comedy. So they can handle me being a little pissed. And I got in trouble from my dad because he saw the post, and he's like, now we're all nervous. Now everybody, now this guy feels bad.
Oh,
yeah. I'm like, it's not good.
Here's the thing, John. I'm that guy all the time. so like, I'm like never not that guy. So when I saw it, I was like, no, this is not Heffron. No, something's wrong. It was like there was disturbance in the force, dude. It was fucked up. So I got DM'd you right away. I'm like, dude, calm down. Don't do this anymore.
I know that. Yeah, he literally goes, just sit on it for a second.
I made a phone call. I'm already like, I'll burn my bridge, but I don't need to burn yours. I'm like, no.
Oh man.
So then, that was just on Twitter. So then I took it down. I'm like, I'm not gonna. And then the same thing happened again, like a couple days ago. I look, and I'm explaining. I go the whole thing. I'm like, these guys were in the war together, and but treated that. And then I quickly deleted it. My dad saw that one. Yeah, so he's like, you're gonna get fired from that club, and
You're embarrassing war heroes. What you doing?
So, yeah.
Well, all I told John was like, just know that this is the hub of a bunch of them that you're trying to get back into. Yeah. And I was just saying, be careful. I didn't say not say anything. I'd be like, find out who it was.
Yeah.
Then talk to that guy. Maybe don't drag him on Facebook and Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I've done many times. My daughter's in music now, and she, she's actually doing well. She's actually got some great songs. She can look at Kenny, K-E-N-I, and she's got some producers and everything. Well, she called me one day, and she's talking about she didn't like the producer and this and that, and I'm going to tell him. And I heard my genetics. She got, I'm going to tell this guy, and I went, hey, you can have anything you want. Be nice. By the way, it took me losing a television show to fucking learn this. I lost a television show because I was like, those fuckers, you watch that. I'm fired. What happened? So when I saw it, man, and again, I know you enough, John, to where I'm like, okay, something's way wrong for you to be fucking going off like that. So and Reep, and if Reep couldn't calm you down, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I did my best.
Yeah, I was pissed, because I was going. They're not getting no favors from me. Was my big lash out, John? John, I told you, I go, I'm doing 48 minutes, and I don't care if the checks are not. That'll show them. I'm gonna be like, goodbye.
I'm gonna make it convenient for them to shit the room. That's what I'm gonna do. Fuck them.
Hey, so let's talk about the whole slap incident. I'd like to get Titus's thoughts about the slap, man.
Man, you know what's weird? I thought it was a bit for a second, and the second I knew it wasn't a bit was when Chris Rock didn't come back with something funny. Even when he said, "Oh, Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me," and I'm like, "All right, this is the bit. Here we go. I'm waiting." And then when Will Smith said, I didn't get like uncomfortable or weird until Will Smith sat down and goes, "Keep my wife's name out your motherfucking mouth." And then Chris Rock looked like he was on the schoolyard about to get punched again, and he goes, "Okay, I won't." And I was like, "Oh fuck!" I thought it was the most uncomfortable moment in television, and I tanked it at the Comedy Awards. I know how uncomfortable shit can be. So I thought it was weird, and Will Smith, for being as funny and as smart as he portrays in all the movies we've seen him in, I was kind of stunned that he didn't just come back with something funny. It was weird. It was almost like it was almost like watching a comic not being able to handle a heckler, like to watch a guy just get his ass handed to him from the audience. And I didn't. And then the 10-year thing, I thought it was a bit harsh. And then people jumped on my ass, and I go, yeah, if he can still win the award, he just can't go to the party for 10 years. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I think I'm over it now. I think Chris Rock. Don't talk about Will Smith. Let's talk about how fucking cool Chris Rock was to handle it the way he handled it.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine. I've gotten thrown on stage to then just keep talking and not just bail and leave. Like just to then announce the very next thing. That was pretty amazing. I thought.
Well, I thought it was a bit as well. And like you, when he sat down and his response to he said, keep the name I do. He goes, I'm going to, as if to say, just stop hitting me, please. Just what the hell just happened? And that's where I knew it was a real thing. But I'm hoping, because Chris Rock hasn't said anything yet. Like he had that gig in Boston where he told the crowd, I'm not ready to talk about it. At some point I will. And it's not like me to say this, but I'm hoping he doesn't take the high road. I really want Chris Rock to come out at least with 30 minutes of something.
You know what the weirdest thing was? The acceptance speech where he apologized when Will won the Oscar was literally the same shit that the guy who just beat his wife says while he's being perp walked to the fucking police car. It was man, you just love people too much, man. Love making you do crazy shit.
Yeah.
Watch your head, sir. That's what it was like. That's what it was like.
I saw. I don't know how from the slap how I went on a YouTube deep dive, but I think I started looking up like what other times have people been attacked on TV. Oh, it's when we played a clip of Danny Bonaducci, who I used to do radio with, was at an award show, and Johnny Fairplay or some guy from some reality show jumped on Danny's back, and Danny on TV picks up the guy and just pile drives him and like smashes his face up. Then it jumped to Richard Belzer interviewing Hulk Hogan and Mr. T. Have you ever seen that one?
He got cracked hard.
So he's like, yeah, it's fake. And Mr. T and Hulk Hogan are like, no, it's not. But well, show me a move then. And Hulk Hogan puts him like, just grabs his neck and starts squeezing. And Belzer goes out, and then Hogan drops him, and his head smashes and puts a gash in it. And then he got up from that days ago. We'll be right back. And then the producer of the show, Belzer's manager was sitting in his spot and kept interviewing Hulk Hogan and Mr. T.
Yeah. Also, do you remember Crispin Glover kind of threw a kick at Letterman's head one time years ago?
Yes.
Crispin Glover came on the show and was kind of wacky and literally threw like a full-on like roundhouse and just missed Letterman. It stopped right here. And they came back, and Crispin Glover was gone, and Letterman goes, I don't have to deal with idiots.
John Stossel got smacked in the ear by some wrestler as well, when he was trying to say like, oh, it's fake, right? And the guy did one of these moves with the double palm to the ear. And just dropped Stossel. You never ask a wrestler if it's fake. That gives them an opportunity to beat the shit out of you.
I had is this fake thing when I was doing what's the casino in Vegas that has the indoor riding stable? South Point.
Yep.
So I was at a bar in South Point. This was 20 years ago, and there's all these huge guys, like just jack guys, like at the bar, and I'm trying to just weasel my little 150 pounds into the bar, and somebody goes, "Hey, this is a comedian," and the guy goes, "Oh, are you a comic?" And I go, what do you guys do? He goes, we're part of the professional jousting, like the U.S. Jousting Association, because they were having jousting competitions at the South Point Casino. Right. And I go, is that real? Right? I literally said, I go, is that real? And this dude goes, you don't think it's real, bro? He goes, let's go. So I'm like, this guy wants to fight me. And I go, go as in fight. He goes, no. Mount up, and I just thought, I just got challenged to a fucking joust. Like, how cool!
I left my horse at home. I mean, what are you? I don't have my pole.
Wait a minute. Let me see the fair maiden before I get on that horse. God damn it!
I didn't know. Yeah, I guess it was a real thing, and then he took offense. He's like, it's a real thing. I'm like, I don't know.
here's the one thing about the Will Smith thing that bothers me. This happens. So Will Smith thing happens. I go to Michigan, do some gigs. I'm doing the show in Traverse City. I'm doing the show. We sold it out. It was great. Just bet it out, selling stuff out, which is still good. People are coming back to the shows. And this dude, I do this bit. In the new show, it's called Zero Side Effects. We're filming it on May 7th, by the way. We're going to also broadcast a live stream as we film it. So we're using 2 different cameras. So if you want to go to ChristopherTitus.com if you want to see the show. But I do this bit about where the COVID conspiracy, where I drag it from A to B. Okay, I just follow the crazy. And it's like a 9-minute bit where I just show how fucking crazy everybody is. Well, at the end, it gets an applause, except for this one dude who's sitting right here. And he's got this baseball cap on, and he goes, "Hey," he goes, "why don't you be funny and talk about your dick?" And you know,
this is at Traverse City.
Yeah, and you know when you feel the tension, like you can, like some people are being funny, and you can fuck around with that guy, and then some guys are angry. Mm-hmm. So I turned to him and I slammed him, and so he says something else. I slam him again. Audience laughs, and he goes, "Is this going to be a Will Smith moment?" And I fucking turned and I go, "First of all, I guarantee you this will not be a Will Smith moment. I don't weigh 165 pounds." And here's where people are getting fed up with this shit. So the guy stands up. Now, 2 people at this other table over here, 2 dudes stand up. As he stands up, get in front of him, and between me and him, I'm on the stage. And then one guy goes, "Sit down, shut the fuck up." And the dude put his hand out to shake my hand. While these 2 guys are staring him down, and I shook his hand, and I'm like, "Oh, cool, man, everything's cool." And those 2 guys just sat down. So, besides flight attendants getting punched and shit like this going on, I think we're all tired of it. And it's weird to see the audience kind of turn and like, "No, Titus, we got this." It's pretty cool.
That's cool as hell. I love that. I think you're right. It's going to be one of those things where it's lingering around now because of it, and but the audience is aware as well, and you'll have fans that will come to your defense, which is that's pretty awesome, man.
But also, it's time for us to get involved too, man. I just happened to see. I'm going to pick. My wife had some medication I had to pick up at CVS, so I go to CVS, and this dude. I think when did everybody get fucking nuts? Like when we used to have some decorum. And this guy starts screaming at the pharmacist, "Fuck you. It's for my dog. It's not for me. My dog takes Zoloft." "What? Shut the fuck up." And he's screaming. And he's screaming at these things. And I snapped. And I was in like 5th in line. And he's yelling. And he tells one guy he's going to kick his ass behind the counter. The pharmacist. So I walk over and I go, "Shut the fuck up." And he goes, "What?" I go, "Shut the fuck up." I go, "I'll beat your ass in this fucking store right fucking now. Do you hear it?" And there's like 15 people in line behind me. And he goes, "What?" And he puts his face out from here. I go, "I'm not going to hit you, but you can get the fuck out of the store." I go, "I'm tired of this." I go, "The world is in fucking chaos right now, and we don't need some asshole like you bringing more fucking chaos." And the dude looked at me. Next thing I know, there's 2 80-pound guys behind me with their CVS shirts on. And they're, "All right, we got this." I'm like, "Nah, man, you got it."
Oh, now you show up. Yeah.
And the dude walked out. But I'm to the point where I'm snapping too, because aren't we just tired of the bullshit? God, people, just start acting right and we can get back to fucking normal. Excuse my language.
I wonder if the CVS people would like tie him up with those huge receipts, like just all the time. You know what I mean? Just grab them and
he's just bound up in the back.
With the CVS buck just looking for it. I think it's a weird.
I was fired up. I was ready. I trained in martial arts. I got my black belt in 06. So I'm like, look, you're not going to fucking threaten a bunch of people. And I turned around and the line burst into applause. So we're tired of it. Everybody's tired. Yeah. We're tired.
And it's scary too, because that place you were at, I think at the Traverse City Comedy Club, which I'm at next month. You're kind of left alone in that place. Like there comedy clubs now, it's lawless in the sense of if things go down, you're not at Gotham Comedy Club in New York. If things went down, you'd have 5 or 6 mobbed up ex-police officers in suits that would come and deal with it. You wouldn't even see that person. That place is amazing.
Spokane. Yeah. I have one more story if you guys want to hear it about.
Please.
I had to get off stage. So I'm doing the show in Maryland. And again, something about this show, because I go after the anti-vaxxers pretty hard in the sense of, because it's science-based. And and by the end of this bit, you'll feel stupid, because if you believe that the government's trying to track you or control you, you at the end of it, you're like, I'm a fucking moron. So what happened, because I run the whole thing, and I run how everything tracks you from your car to everything. And I get done with the bit. Again, there's this dude sitting in the front, and he's wearing a green and yellow jersey. And he said, Ukraine. He's like, Ukraine. I'm like, oh, that's what he said at the beginning. He was one of those guys that was just drunk and kind of randomly heckling. He wasn't no focus. Yeah. And so I deal with him like 4 or 5 times. Yeah, if you're gonna heckle people, bring it's fucking Saturday night. Bring your fucking A game. Yeah. Heckle me shitty on Wednesday and Thursday. So he's sitting in the front, and finally we go back and forth, and I finally go, dude, Ukraine had started. And I go, man, why don't you go back to Ukraine and help? Or they just don't want you there. They don't even want you to help fight the war. And so then the audience goes, ooh, and then I slam him again. And they finally get this again. The bouncer problem's an issue. This kid comes over. He's got to be 18, and he's like 110 pounds. Like, all right, sure, you have to go. And I'm like, this is not going to go well.
Yeah.
So then it's in Maryland, and these people had driven in from Philly in a party bus. This lady from the back goes, "This is wrong. This is wrong." And then a guy from above her goes, "Shut the fuck up, lady." And then she goes, "You shut up." And then her husband goes, "Yes, you shut the fuck up." And then she goes to her husband, "No, you shut the fuck up." She goes, "Hey, fuck, I'm trying to help. You shut the fuck up." So then these people get up to leave. So now the guy in the people don't know what we deal with all the time. They start to get this guy out. And by the way, these are the only 3-4 stories I have. And they get this guy out. He bumps into a table with a couple there. It bumps in hard to the guy, the first drunk guy, as the other people are getting escorted out. So now there's 3 people getting escorted out by a kid, like an 8th grader. They're trying is the bouncer, and this guy goes, "What the fuck, dude?" That guy turns around. That guy's with a blind woman who now has lost her like she can't find her dude, and she starts going, "Ah!" She has a panic attack. I'm on stage trying to finish a bit. So at this point, I stop and I go, "What is going on now?" I look at the blind lady, and I'm mad at her because I don't know she's blind. I'm like, now what the hell's going on? And someone goes, "She's blind." And you see me. There's a video. A buddy of mine, Andrew Rivers, great comic, was there, and he was videoed as the melee started to happen. He started videotaping, and you see me drop my head, and I'm watching this 9-year-old trying to get these people out, and I just go, "Fuck!" And I walk off stage, and I got my lav mic on. And you hear me, there's video of it. I have it. I haven't played it yet because I'm not sure how it's going to go over. I'm like, "Get the fuck out." And I start bouncing my own room at an A club. And I'm like, "Get the fuck out." So I end up in the lobby because there's no doorway between the lobby and the showroom. And this dude turns to this fucking Guido with this gold chain turns to go at me. And I'm like, "Fuck you." And I got my hand up like this. And it's all on video. And here's what turned me. So a guy grabs me. He goes, "I'm Philly PD." He goes, "I'm Philly PD. Titus, don't do this." He goes, "You don't want to deal with this." And he stops me. He really grabs me. And that cuts through the din. Then I turn, and Rachel's there. And Rachel gets this close to my face, and she goes, "You get back on that fucking stage right now and control yourself. God damn it, you're in the middle of a show." And that was my wife. Wow. And I turned and I went, "Got it." And I walked back on stage, and it's still a melee, and it starts to fade out because I grab my mic and I go, "Cops are coming. The cops are coming." That calmed him down. And then I don't know what to do. The audience is just staring at packed house. Audience is staring at me, and I dropped my head. And I just walked back and forth and did a 5-minute TED talk on how comedy is supposed to work and how we've all lost our fucking minds.
Yeah.
And then I tell a story about Rachel, and then I went right back into my show. And when I started because I went right back to the bit I had just finished, and I started right where I finished, and the audience lost it. They were like, "You're really going to go back to your fucking jokes?" I wrote a show, goddammit. I'm going to do this.
I bet they were impressed that you remember exactly where you left off.
He bounced his own guy. He got up stage, bounced his own guy. Then he helped the blind lady. Then got back on stage.
That is crazy. So you have this on video.
I have it. Yeah, but it's never. It was in all the years I've done comedy, and I started when I was 19 years old. I've never seen it like there's a I can do anything I want from everybody right now. That's pretty fucking insane. I don't know how we get out of it, really.
Good. That's true.
What do you guys think?
That's not just clubs. Like you said, it's in the air. It's on airplanes. It's at the airport.
I think what's the show with the gentlemen that fight everybody? The league,
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
No,
I've seen that.
They wear the suits. The kid wears the suits. What?
No, it's Will Smith movie.
No, but it sounds like there's a bad guy in there that puts all this stuff into the air, and all he's got to do is activate it. Then everybody just starts killing each other.
The Kingsman.
Yeah, that's literally what I think has happened. Where it's just all in the air, it's floating.
Holy shit, that's what it feels like. Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Or the guy from Batman who came to blow up Gotham City because he's like, it's too much of a shitty place. We got to start all over.
Or it's the vaccine.
I just did a story last week about a guy in Germany who got 90 COVID shots just so he could get the fake. They're real vaccine cards, but with the real numbers on them, and just to sell to people who didn't want to get. But he got 90,
so he proved that it worked. He proved that it worked, and it wouldn't harm him. And
then just give him the card. It's like, or they could have taken the fucking shot. But yeah,
we've lost our minds, man.
Yeah, I got what did I do? Pfizer. Boosted, had COVID. Did you ever get it or did you avoid it?
I got the 2 shots and I got a booster and then I got it and it was fine. I was like, that's what I got. It was fine for 3 days.
So you got it afterward. I got it before that shit. And it was 10 days. 10 days. I had a high fever, lost taste. My every muscle in my body was sore. I didn't get a respiratory thing. I just got like no energy, hot, fever, and just for 10 days. Was just shit.
Did you have any long-term stuff?
Taste and smell. It took a long time for it to come back. I think I'm good now, or maybe my body just got used to it. I don't know, but I feel fine. I'm fine now. But I got.
So everything tastes like Arby's, is what you're saying?
Everything tastes like cardboard. Yeah, Arby's, exactly. Yeah. As I was trying to describe, I go, oh, yeah, that is Arby's.
I always like when I've seen comics that we know that were anti-vax that were like, you don't know what the government's putting in your body. That I'm like, dude, I saw you done crappy Coke in a bathroom stall. And you know what you know what the Pfizer shot doesn't have in it? Fentanyl. So that's the gamble I'm going to go with, right?
Yeah.
Or the sweat off of that diseased slut you had in the green room. What are you talking about, dude? You put your penis in that and you met it at the show. What are you doing? So we've all had it. I don't get where we're at right now. I think we're in the darkest time ever. The scary thing is Noam Chomsky said, I don't know if you guys saw this. Noam Chomsky came out, one of the great thinkers of our time, and he said he goes between Ukraine, U.S., and Russia, and climate change, we are witnessing the extinction of organized human resistance. And I'm like, wow, I thought shit was going to get better when we got Biden, but looks like it's going to get worse. Jesus Christ.
I don't know. There's something to be said about, and I've said it forever, getting a shipping container house, throwing it in the middle of the woods with one dirt road leading up to the house, and don't tell anyone where you live. And if it's, if it doesn't say Amazon or Domino's, start shooting at the vehicle.
Better yet, bury it. Bury the house. Make it look like nothing's in the woods. And then when someone comes by, you set a lot of tripwires so they blow off a limb. There you go. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh man, I've seen some really cool ones too. That they make some really, really nice ones that you bury and put in the ground for like. Oh, Heffron just shit. Oh, hey, Alan, was his internet? Yeah. So John Heffron. His internet's been crapping in and out, so he may or may not come back.
Let me tell you something, man. Rachel wanted me to tell you. There he is! Yay! Rachel wanted me to tell you, John, that the funniest thing she's ever seen is you getting on. So she said that you would do anything in Shreveport if they said get tased by the cops. If she told you one time you have to go on stage, you have to trip and throw your drink on that lady right there, and you did that.
Yeah.
What a fucking great job we have.
Yeah. Yeah, Rachel. I mean, first of all, I love Rachel, coolest manager of any funny bone I've ever been to. Sweet girl. And I'm happy that she's doing comedy because she's very funny, has a great sense of humor. But that club in Shreveport. the drunkest people.
Yes.
I really believe the drunkest people are in Louisiana because their laws they don't have laws about drinking. So it's like, just do it all. And they party all the time. So, and it's just a shit show. Somehow she managed her way through it. But yeah, just to entertain ourselves, we would come up with that shit. She like, okay, on this show, I need you to go up there and pretend that there's the weirdest stuff. And
second show in that club, you know, John, you wanted a joust. You'd be like, I'd rather fucking joust somebody because fuck this, because that's what it felt like.
Yeah, you've done that room too. I mean, I don't think it's there anymore. That club. No.
The guy that ran it burned it down. I got Ray out of it. So Ray and I got together after my divorce, and she came to me. She goes, she was 29, 30, and she goes, "Hey, they're gonna make me a part owner. They want me to sign the paperwork." And I said, "No, you do not sign a damn thing." I go, "Wait, the owners aren't gonna sign it? They want the 28-year-old, 29-year-old manager to sign it? Nah, you ain't signing it." And and then she moved out to LA, and she started giving me jokes, which was and then I said, "You have to do comedy." And she ended up she actually got accepted. They showed her special to the Fringe Fest in Scotland. She got invited to Scotland.
Wow, good for her, man. I also want to apologize to her because she did.
I'll tell her.
She did have to scold me one time, and this was not a big deal. It was actually kind of funny. Before I got married, I've
heard this story. I remember. Go ahead. Yes, Yes, explain yourself.
Do you know where I'm going?
Oh, explain yourself. Yes, I do. Yes. Let me hear your side before I pass judgment. Yeah. But yes.
Well, I'm starting this conversation by saying I'm sorry. I'm apologizing. But at the time, it was, feast or famine for a guy like me, ginger freckle-faced kid. This girl wants to do something. I can't say no. So I got scolded because I had sex in the bathroom with the girl I was with, and we locked the door, and we're in there a good minute. And then when we came out, there was a line of people like, what the hell? So she's like, John, can you please not have sex in the bathroom when there's a lot of people waiting? Your hotel's right there. It's walking. You had to
walk into a fog of your funk, man. That's of your sexual funk. That's horrible.
Yeah.
I remember
Did Rachel bring that up to you? Is that what
she literally told me the story? She said because that club was so bad, and the bathroom, I think they had like one bathroom for everybody. It was not great.
Right.
And there was a time when two girls went in there, and one of them got in the sink to pee, and the other one used the toilet, and the sink came off the wall, so they had no bathroom. They had to go to the bar next door, and you monopolized it.
I did. Right. I did. All right. I'm sorry, Rachel. I love you.
I'll tell her.
John, what you're about to say something?
My internet's being very farmlandy, so I apologize that I just stare every once in a while. But speaking of people having sex at a club, I was on stage once, and I get done, and the bouncer goes, "Yeah, we had to kick somebody out." And I go, "What happened?" And he goes, "They were having sex during your show." I'm like, "Well, my act does that." I go, did you how'd you break it up? And the big bouncer goes, "Oh, we let him finish. We didn't want him mad." And I'm like, it's kind of a genius move, right? Because if you would have stopped it right before, then you would have had an angry guy. You get him at just the low point when he's just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I'm sleepy anyway. I'm sleepy.
Yeah, get him in the refractory period.
What did you think they were? Yeah, what do you think they were? We turned the hose on them. That's what happened.
Yeah, I didn't know. So anyway.
We live a weird life, gentlemen. We live we've lived a bizarre life. There's stories, and I've only told a couple stories, but there's stories that we have that this statute of limitations shit I don't want to talk about. But we've just lived a weird life, man. And I got to tell you, man, I don't want to give it up. I love it, man. I love it. And that's why we're doing my 10th special, my 10th 90-minute special.
10!
And so we were going to put up the website. Just go ChristopherTitus.com is where people can watch filming the special.
We're filming the special, especially, but we're going to live stream it. We're doing something So during COVID, we actually, the problem with COVID is that for our job, to even do our job, we have to get in front of a group of people and spew virus on them. And if we do our job well, and I know you guys do your fucking job well, they spew virus on us. It's like this petri dish of nightmare, joy, and death. So So I have a studio, and we actually bought cameras and started doing live stream because I hated guys doing comedy out of there. I love this too much. Out of their kitchens, guys were doing comedy out of the kitchen.
Yeah.
So we built a stage, and we had lights, and we had 3 cameras, and we had an editing thing. And so I bought all that stuff, and we started shooting it. We did Fortune Fiends, sir, and Ron Funches. We did a bunch of shows, and I got to the point where I was like, well, why don't we just live stream the filming of the special? We're filming that at 1080, and then we're going to shoot 4K. So when the special comes out, and you're only going to see it that one night, and we're going to do backstage stuff and people guests and stuff. And I just thought we learned something during the pandemic. And I think there's a way for us where the business can't run us anymore. That's the problem, is we're all waiting around for someone to say yes. Well, I don't need you to say yes. I already said yes. We're doing it. We're doing it.
I love that. Yes. Yeah. That's awesome. And thanks for doing this again. Sorry about last time.
No, it's my fault because John's out of control. He's screaming at club owners about his dad, and even his dad's mad at us. I get it.
All right. I just can't get it. Yeah, I'm actually grounded. You guys don't know. I mean, I hope that I can even make it out to a club. My dad gave me like a week in this room. Yeah, I got to think about what I've done. Yeah,
and he shut off your internet. He's like, "And the internet, I'm
slowing Titus, are you you're in LA still, right?
Yeah, still in LA. Yeah. We're I like it here. I grew up here, man, and I've been around, and I'm a California boy, born and bred, man.
Yeah.
So
I took off 4 years ago. I was in Studio City, had a nice little condo, and then started missing the family. Dad had the stroke, came home, then the pandemic happened, and I'm like, I think I'm going to stay in Hickory for a while.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I think a lot of guys did it with all this stuff we're doing now, except for John's shitty internet. You can go from anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, John. All right. Well, hey, thanks again so much for doing this.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me. And guys, I'm really sorry about last week. And I got to tell you, for 2 guys that, your legend has followed you for a long time on the road. We don't get to hang out enough because we're always working. But, man, thank you guys for just keep kicking ass on the road. You guys are still working, right? You guys are still doing shows all the time.
Wow.
Well, I know Heffron's doing it because I had to fucking calm him down out of the balloon. At 1 a.m, Heffron, fucking don't shut up. But I don't know, man. I think we're all blessed, and you guys always do it right. So thanks for having me on. It was an honor. I appreciate it.
Wow. Thank you, Christopher Titus.
All right, guys. Talk to you guys later. I'm out, motherfuckers.
Take it easy, brother.
See ya.
Man, I love that guy.
dude.
Oh, wow. That went great. Super happy. John Hook. Oh, there's John. There you are. Okay.
Now this is my internet. Yeah, what a great guy.
Yeah, he's intense, but I like it. He's he's passionate. I like a good passionate man. I might not agree with everything he says politically, but I do.
Yeah.
But what I love is that you can sit here and talk to him, and he'll listen and he'll talk, and we didn't have to go there. I love the road stories. I love the condo stories.
There's so many condo stories, dude.
People are ready to fight.
These kids today, without their condos, they don't even know what
I know
what it's like.
Yeah. Well, let's wrap this one up. What do you say? We've been an hour and a half. Anything you want to throw in here at the end?
Nope. I'm gonna. My 3G is kind of kicking my butt a little bit, so you can end it if you want.
All right. Well, everyone, go to heffronandreep.com. Feel free to hit that Patreon button. Throw some money in the tip jar. If you're having a good time, let us know. Throw $1 or 17 in there. heffronandreep.com. Tour dates. We have a new store. Maybe we'll show the store. If you go to heffronandreep.com, click on store. John, I ordered 2 things today from our own merchandise place because we're using the website that just does it there, and then they ship it to us. So we don't have to do anything. So I ordered a T-shirt, and I ordered a coffee mug that's going to have our logo on it. So
I'm going to get one too.
Yeah. And cutting boards. John Heffron's
go to
thebestcuttingboards.com.
Thebestcuttingboards.com.
Oh, look, there's our store. There's a Heffron and Reep store right there. Yep. So you go there, and then you start to scroll, and then you'll see there's stuff. Wine tumbler, glass, coffee mug, shirts, hoodies, tank tops, ladies stuff, men's stuff. all kinds of good stuff. So that's one of the ways you could show us some love. And I'll just end it for John Heffron. Wow, we switched. I was on the other side, I think. For John Heffron, I am John Reep. You've been listening and or watching the Heffron and Reep Show. We'll see you next Monday, same place. Bicycle.
Since you love the Heffron and Reep Show, please go to iTunes and let them know. Rank the show and leave a comment. We don't care what you write, you know. They, Heffron and Reep, have low self-esteem. So please validate them by ranking them and making them seen. So no matter what you